Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I will broadly divide what I have to say today under two heads. First being a successful model of financial and operational efficiency in one state, and secondly, the performance of the Indian power sector, and I'll give some suggestions also. Sir, the state of West Bengal today is considered a power surplus state. The Ministry of Power's audit ranked the state of West Bengal second in an all India ranking of power distribution companies. The state has been awarded a high rating for good operational and financial performance by the Power Finance Corporation. The West Bengal State Transmission Company Limited has recently won the IPPAI Power Award for 2013 for the best performing state load dispatch center in the eastern region. The State Transmission Company was also adjudged the best performing transmission company in India at the Power Line Awards 2012. Generation, I'll come to the point of generation. The West Bengal has a total installed capacity of 5,579 megawatt. In addition, the Calcutta Electric Supply Company Limited has an installed capacity of 1,225 megawatts. The state has been allocated around 1,300 megawatts from the central public undertakings. Power is also available through power swapping arrangements. On account of expansion of rural electrification and rapid growth of small, medium and cottage industries, it is estimated that the demand for power will increase twofold in the next 10 years. Conscious of the same, the state government is in the process of setting up new power plants to meet this requirement of growing demand. 3 projects at Sagardigi and Bandel will be commissioned within the coming year, and 12 new projects have been planned in the long term. The state government, in coordination with the NTPC, has taken a proactive role in setting up a critical power plant at Katwa. Sir, next point is transmission. On the power transmission front, the West Bengal State Electricity Transmission Company is a self-financed company and does not depend on the state government for its maintenance and upgradation programs. The State Electricity Transmission Company has pegged its total capital expenditure at 589 crores for the year 2013-14 and at rupees 916 crores for 14-15. Major network upgradation to achieve redundancy and system reliability is also being taken up by the state. I'll come to the distribution point, sir. Energy distributed in West Bengal has seen a 19.3% increase between 10-11 and 13-14. A distribution network augmentation plan for the 12th plan period amounting to rupees 11,195 crores is under implementation. The West Bengal State Electricity Distribution Company Limited is taking concerted steps towards modernizing the existing power system, reducing technical and commercial losses, prompt disposal of applications for new service connections, participation of consumers in Porisheba Melas, which is a unique feature here, for extending better services and fast disposal of public grievances. Sir, rural electrification work is in full swing under various programs like Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Vidyutikaran Yojana, West Bengal Rural Electrification Program, Special Backward Region Grant Fund, and with funds from the Sundarban Development Board and the World Bank. It is expected that the work of Special Backward Regions Grant Fund in 11 districts would be completed by 14-15. 95% of BPL households in the state will have electric connection by the end of 14-15. The remaining 5% BPL households in 7 districts are expected to be covered within 15-16. Electrification work in these 7 districts will be taken up under the Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Vidyutikaran Yojana. The government of West Bengal has still not received funds from the government of India for this scheme, even though more than 2 years have passed since the commencement of the 12th plan period. So, the state government has been proactive in leveraging renewable resources of energy, the West Bengal Electricity Regulatory Commission has fixed renewable purchase obligations for distribution utilities at 4% of the total quantum of distributed electricity during 13-14, which will increase to 10% of total consumption in 5 years. New Town Rajarhat area under the jurisdiction of New Town Kolkata Development Authority has been declared a solar city with the objective of consuming 10% of its electricity from renewable sources and for adopting energy efficiency measures. The government is in the process of institutionalizing incentives for promoting renewable energy sources. A 10% deduction shall be available in building plan, sanction cost, and property tax for buildings that install rooftop solar power plants in the New Town Kolkata Development Authority area. Howrah Municipal Corporation and Madhyamgram Municipality are also in the process of implementing a solar city program. Significant progress has been made in the generation of electricity from rice husks. Till now, 134 megawatt of power is being generated in the state in different establishments, mostly for captive use using this technology. The electrification of Sagar Islands in the Sundarban is underway. Grid power to Sagar Island has been extended by crossing the Muriganga River through towers and setting up of substation there. This is nothing short of a technological marvel. Household electrification work at the island has started with World Bank funding and is expected to be completed by the end of this year. Vice Chairman, sir, through you, I wish to draw the attention of the government to the fact that West Bengal is mainly dependent on coal for power generation. The quality of coal received from the central public sector mining companies is steadily declining, and the percentage of ash often rises to more than 50%. The price of coal has also risen by over 43% from 2011-12. Sir, recently the coal minister is here. In a press conference, he said that the country had just 2 days of coal stock left. However, later on, the Coal India Limited, they said that they had adequate supply, they had adequate stock and was supplying to all the NTPCs in the country. So we are at a confusion as what is correct here. Maybe some clarification could be coming from here. And so that such dilemmas are not there in the future, we request that efforts are made towards creating a coal regulatory authority which could be also expedited as fast as possible. We urge the Minister to act on West Bengal's demand for increased allocation of hydropower from Bhutan and the Subansiri project in Arunachal Pradesh. West Bengal is at a disadvantage in harnessing solar power energy because of its geographical location and low cost benefit ratio. We suggest the creation of a new central policy to assist states located in low radiation area in leveraging solar energy. Sir, I'll come to the macro point, sir. I would like to address some larger issues in the Indian power sector. The compounded annual growth in generation of power is around 7.4%. Most of the capacity enhancement has been in coal-based power plants. Our coal production has, however, lagged the increase in generation capacity. Coal imports have increased from 21 million tons to a staggering 171 million tons in the last decade, and they are expected to rise up to 250 million tons. I would like to make some few humble suggestions, sir. First, that the vacancies in Coal India Limited must be fulfilled at the earliest. The position of the CMD has been lying vacant for the past few months. Secondly, the process of obtaining environmental and forest clearances must be simplified and streamlined. Thirdly, existing mines should be allowed to increase the output by 25%. Fourthly and finally, we had urged that the discussion on the railway budget, that the eastern leg of the freight corridor is very important for coal supply and must be expedited.
Thank you.
So, on the distribution front, the losses of the distribution utilities have increased by 5 times and the debt has increased by 3 times in the last 7 years. According to the Power Finance Corporation, The combined debt of discoms nationwide is at around 4%, 4.7% of the GDP, and their losses are 0.7% of the GDP. These numbers are alarming, sir. We face a problem of inefficient tariff structures where domestic and agricultural users, who account for 47% of the total electricity users, are cross-subsidized anywhere between 25 to 71%. This is at the cost of industrial and commercial users. States like Kerala and West Bengal have led the way in covering the cost of power supply without the infusion of subsidies. Sir, I'll just take 1 minute, sir.
Okay.
The implementation of this restructured, accelerated power development and reform program has fallen behind targets due to delays in implementation of IT and data management reforms. The poor metering in distribution transformers, poor metering for bulk users. There is a lack of data on actual extent of losses. I would like to suggest that the coverage of this program be expanded to all towns with a population of 30,000 and to peripheral town areas. The Planning Commission, sir, last point, has recommended a ratio of 1:1 to be maintained for investments in generation vis-a-vis investment in transmission and distribution, whereas the current ratio is 2:1. We need increased investment in this, sir. I would like to advise the Minister against, sir, falling prey to the FDI bandwagon in this regard, as we would like to augment domestic investments in this regard, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.